What's going on YouTube? It's Ray from Philly on this Tuesday night, October 2nd, and this is my my contest entry. I'm not entering the contest, but my team that I'm going to be picking for just for the fun of it, my greatest baseball team of all time by position. There's going to be a few shocker names in here, which is cool. You know, it'll offer for a good topic of discussion. So without further ado, I'm going to start. It's a little slideshow I put together. Starting at first base. A lot of people I think are going to go with Lou Gehrig, but I picked Albert Pujols. He has over 3,000 career hits, over 600 career homers, a 3-time MVP, and he's still going. So Gehrig and Fox were second and third for me, but I just think Pujols' numbers are just too unbelievable. Second base, tell you in 1 second, Joe Morgan. A lot of people are going to go with maybe Sandberg or Rogers Hornsby, Jackie Robinson, but Joe Morgan was a 2-time MVP, over 2,500 career hits, a ton of all-star games. Played on that big red machine team, excuse me, and was just, I think, an all-around great second baseman. There's second basemen that are great offensively, like Jeff Kent, but not great defensively. Or there was guys that were great defensively, but really couldn't hit that great. So I'm looking for players that are all-around great, not only offensively, but defensively. So we're going to move on to shortstop. And that's Cal Ripken. I think Cal Ripken is the greatest all-around shortstop. You just saw my third baseman. Cal Ripken is without a doubt the greatest all-around shortstop. I mean, some people might pick Derek Jeter, and that's fine. Ozzie Smith was a great fielding shortstop. Offensively, was not as great. Aparicio, same thing, great fielding shortstop, but not great offensively. Cal Ripken was great both ways. Was a Gold Glove Award winner at shortstop, has over 3,000 career hits, 400 career homers, Gold Glove fielder, 5-tool player at the shortstop position, and he's the Iron Man. Broke Lou Gehrig's record. So Cal Ripken at shortstop. Then after that, at third base, Michael Jack Schmidt. Needless to say, I'm not a homer, but 548 career homers, over 2,200 hits, a 3-time MVP. A lot of people will pick Brooks Robinson. Brooks Robinson, to me, was great defensively, but doesn't have the offensive numbers that Schmidt has. And there's, George Brett is another close one. And there's just, Eddie Matthews is another one. But Schmidt was all around the greatest third baseman of all time, offensively and defensively. Here's the bigger shock here that I think people are going to be shocked at in right field. I didn't pick Babe Ruth. I didn't pick Ted Williams. Ted Williams, fantastic hitter, probably the greatest hitter of all time. But I wanted someone that not only was a great hitter, but also was a great defensive player. Clemente had a great arm, could catch anything out in right field, and was a fantastic hitter. 3,000 career hits, had some good power. He was your 5-tool right fielder. Ted Williams was an awesome hitter. Babe Ruth was an awesome hitter, great power. But again, I'm looking for players that are great both offensively and defensively, all around, and that is in right field, Roberto Clemente. Shortstop, I think this is going to be the biggest shock, and I'm probably going to be the only person that picks this player in center field is going to be the biggest shock. I think everyone's going to be picking either Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays, or Ken Griffey Jr. And I picked none of those guys, and I'm going to explain why. So my next player in center field, Joe DiMaggio. What got me to change my mind on this was I was watching a YouTube video of an interview with Whitey Ford, Phil Rizzuto, and Yogi Berra. And the interviewer asked him, who was a better center fielder, Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio, all three said Joe DiMaggio. The interviewer asked Whitey Ford, "I'm surprised to hear you say DiMaggio since Mickey was your best friend." And Whitey Ford said, "I used to tell Mickey for years that I thought he was better than Joe. But Mickey said to him, no, Joe could do things that he couldn't do." Mickey said he struck out like 1,800 times where Joe barely struck out. And he said there was a lot of things that Joe could do better than Mickey. So if Whitey Ford, Phil Rizzuto, and Yogi Berra all say DiMaggio was better than Mantle, and even Mickey Mantle admitted it himself that Joe was better, I'm going with DiMaggio. Simply because he did it all, and he missed 3 years being in the military. He probably would have got very close to 500 career homers and would have had a good shot at 3,000 hits. So he was a 3-time MVP award winner. So this is my biggest shock of my list is center field, Joe DiMaggio. Next up in left field, I have Barry Bonds. You could make a great case for Hank Aaron, but Barry Bonds, again, was just as good, if not better, hitter than Hank Aaron, and definitely a better defensive player than Hank Aaron. So my left fielder is the greatest left fielder of all time, Barry Bonds. After that, at the catcher position, my all-time favorite, Johnny Bench. I started to sway a little bit towards Yogi Berra because I was looking at the numbers recently, and Yogi Berra had actually better defensive numbers than Johnny Bench, and he has more hits, a higher average than Johnny Bench. The only thing Bench has more than him is homers, but it's hard for me. I know the numbers don't lie, but I grew up watching Johnny Bench, and this is probably a little bit more favoritism than anything else, that I'm going to go with Johnny Bench. That's the all-time greatest catcher. After that, we got greatest left-handed pitcher, Steve Carlton. Lefty, over 4,000 career strikeouts, a 4-time Cy Young Award winner. A lot of people are going Koufax. I can't go with Koufax only because he only had 6 dominating years, and then an injury shortened his career. If he didn't have the physical problems, it probably would have been Koufax. But I had to take that into consideration, and I'm going with Carlton. Right-handed pitcher, this might be another shock for people. I'm going with Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver was, again, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner, over 3,000 strikeouts and over 300 wins. It was very close for me to be between Roger Clemens and Nolan Ryan, but I think there's some question marks with Clemens with PED use. Nolan Ryan didn't have as many 20-game win seasons, played on a bad team with the Angels. I understand that. So still, I'm going to go with Tom Seaver as the greatest right-handed pitcher. Then we go with closer. I think everybody and their brother is going to be picking greatest right-handed closer of all time, Mariano Rivera. Enough said. I really don't have to go further into that. And as for greatest left-handed closer of all time, if I had him here, Billy Wagner. He is the all-time saves leader for left-handed pitchers. Actually, he's tied with John Franco. And for that alone, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. It's amazing. But I guess they're comparing his saves numbers with the guys that are ahead of him, like Rivera and Trevor Hoffman. And yeah, they have way more saves than him, but there isn't a left-handed relief pitcher that has more saves than Billy Wagner. So for that, I'm going with Billy Wagner. So there you have it. There's my all-time greatest baseball team by position. I stirred the pot up a little bit with guys like Joe Morgan at second, and maybe Johnny Bench might be a little questionable. I know a lot of people might pick Pudge Rodriguez or Fisk or Yogi. Center field, I definitely think I'll probably be the only one picking Joe DiMaggio. Mostly everybody's going to pick Mantle or Mays or even Griffey. But I'm going with DiMaggio. all-around greatest center fielder of all time. So there you have it, guys. I appreciate it if anyone's going to be entering this contest. The deadline for this contest will be Thursday, October 18th at 8 p.m. And then Friday, the next night, on Friday night, I'll do the drawing. So take care, guys. Keep on collecting. Have fun with the hobby, and I'll see you soon.